बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। उम्मीद है कि आप खैरियत से होंगे और भरपूर अपनी तालीम पे तवज्जो दे रहे होंगे। तो एज़ यूजुअल, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड लाइक टू डिस्कस द प्रीवियस लेक्चर समरी. In previous lecture, we have solved various practical exercises related to the various industry ratios like banking sector, transportation, oil and gas, and insurance companies. And today we have solved more various questions, and we will discuss the various ratios in different lectures we have discussed in previous lectures. Today we will discuss the lecture 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 25 lectures ratios. Just I will give you the overview. First of all, I would like to basically solve the practical exercise. What is the question? As usual, we will read out the question. Superpower company reported the following statistics in its statements of income. You can see data is given. Now we need to calculate the operating ratio and comments on the results. Then we will calculate the times interest earned. Then we will calculate the vertical common size analysis. Already we have discussed about the vertical common size analysis. Then we will discuss the basically comments. First of all, we will calculate the operating ratio. मेरे साथ रहिएगा. First of all, we will calculate the operating ratio. Operating ratio is equal to operating expense divided by operating revenue Operating expenses are given in the question. We can see for year 2004, that is 20.34 million. Two zero 340 000 divided by operating revenue is also given. That is, अगर आप देखें तो 22.83 मिलियन है. $830,000 कैलकुलेटर आपके पास है, आप कैलकुलेट कर लें. 20,34,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 22,830,000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 89.09%. Operating ratio basically is given in front of you. It means कि आपके जो ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस हैं वो ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू का 89.09% है. बहुत बड़ा एक्सपेंडिचर है. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट फॉर ईयर 2003 ऑपरेटिंग रेशियो is equal to operating expenses divided by operating revenue. Operating expenses and operating revenue is given in the question. That is 1,81,25,000, 18 million. Divided by operating revenue 20,500 then 000. इसको आप डिवाइड कर लें. 18125,000 divided by 205, 5 times 0 multiply by 100, that is 88.41%. To these students, you can see Basically, operating ratio has increased in 2004. This is not good for the business. We need to control the expenditures. Now we will calculate another ratio. Calculate the times interest earned. Interest earned is equal to operating income divided by operating expenses First of all, we need to calculate the operating income. Operating income after taxes, that is 24,90,000। आप देख सकते हैं क्वेश्चन में 24,90,000 गिवन है और आप ऐड कर देंगे टैक्सेस 32 लाख के प्लस टैक्सेस तो जब इन दोनों का आप टोटल कर लेंगे, टोटल कर लें 24,90,000 प्लस 32 लाख 56,90,000। ये हमारी होगी ऑपरेटिंग इनकम। तो ऑपरेटिंग इनकम में आप ये पुट कर दें 5690 then 000 divided by operating expenses. Operating expenses are already given, that is 20,340,000। सिंपल कैलकुलेशन आप डिवाइड कर दें 5694 टाइम्स 0 divided by 20344 times 0 multiply by 100। Dear students, it will be divided by the interest expense instead of operating expense। correction कर लें। interest expense are given in the question, you can see that is यहाँ भी मैंने पास दी। तो dear students, interest expense is given, that is 12 lakh। 12 lakh से हम डिवाइड करेंगे instead of 203। दोबारा कैलकुलेशन कर लें 5694 टाइम्स 0 डिवाइडेड बाय 125 टाइम्स 0 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100। 4.74 टाइम्स पर ईयर कि आपके हमारे जो इंटरेस्ट है वो बेसिकली 4.74 टाइम्स है। नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट फॉर ईयर 2003। times interest earned is equal to operating income divided by interest expense। तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, ऑपरेटिंग इनकम जैसे हमने 2004 की कैलकुलेट की, 2003 की भी हमें कैलकुलेट करने की ज़रूरत है। आप क्वेश्चन में वापस जाएं तो अब अगर आप अमाउंट देखें तो वो गिवन है आपके पास 23,75,000, ठीक है, प्लस इनकम टैक्सेस 30 लाख। इन दोनों को आप ऐड कर दें तो दैट विल बी 23,75,000 प्लस 30 लाख divided by interest expense is given, that is 1 million। $53,75,000 divided by 1 million 5.38 times. So dear students, if you can see, it has decreased in 2004 time interest earned. Basically in 2003 that was 5.38 times. This is not good for the business. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is basically vertical common size analysis, और हमें रेवेन्यू को बेस बनाना है. वर्टिकल कॉमन साइज एनालिसिस. अगर आपको याद हो तो हमने शुरू के लेक्चर्स में इसको बड़ी डिटेल में डिस्कस किया था. 2004 2003. तो सबसे पहले हम रेजिडेंशियल, अगर आप देखें तो डेटा गिवन है. रेजिडेंशियल में हमारे पास 11.8 मिलियन है. 11.8 मिलियन. और कमर्शियल में हमारे पास 10430,000 और अदर में हमारे पास जो इनकम है हमारी 600,000 है. तो टोटल हमारे पास जब हम तीनों को टोटल करते हैं, रेवेन्यू हमारा 22,830,000. तो हमने इसी को बेस बनाना है डियर स्टूडेंट्स. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल 118 4 टाइम 0 5 टाइम्स डिवाइडेड बाय 22,830. ये आपको याद होना चाहिए क्योंकि ऑलरेडी हम इसके ऊपर काम कर चुके हैं. दैट विल बी 51.7%. नाउ वी कैन कैलकुलेट अनदर अमाउंट, दैट इज कमर्शियल 10430 3 टाइम 0 डिवाइडेड बाय 22,830. जो हमने टोटल की उससे हम डिवाइड कर देंगे, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100. दैट विल बी 45.7%. लास्ट वन इज 600,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 22,830 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100. दैट विल बी 2.6%. जब हम इनका टोटल करेंगे दैट विल बी 100%. दैट इज कॉल्ड वर्टिकल कॉमन साइज एनालिसिस. नाउ वी कैन कैलकुलेट फॉर ईयर 2003 एज इट इज. वर्टिकल कॉमन साइज एनालिसिस फॉर ईयर 2003. तो वही आप हेडिंग लेंगे रेजिडेंशियल. इनकम है हमारी, देन कमर्शियल, देन अदर इनकम, देन टोटल इनकम. डेटा इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. रेजिडेंशियल में आपके पास 10 मिलियन है. और कमर्शियल में अगर आप देख सकें 2003 में दैट इज आल्सो 10 मिलियन, देन 500,000. सबको आप टोटल कर लें, दैट विल बी 2,50,00,000. अब आपने रेशो ले लेनी है 10 मिलियन डिवाइडेड बाय 25 मिलियन मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100. First amount will be 48.8%, another is 48.8%, then 2.4%, that will be 100%. So dear students, vertical analysis is very simple. If you can see, now we need to discuss the basically comments. Already we have discussed with the calculation. Now we will calculate another exercise. You can see question is given in front of you. The following statistics relate to migrate an electric utility. This question is related to the electric utilities and other industry. Data is given in front of you. Operating expenses, operating revenue for year 2004, 3 and 2002. Earnings per share are also given. Cash flow per share is also be here, and operating property is also given. Funded debt and net income is also given. Now we need to calculate the various items. Calculate the following for year 2004, 2003 and 2002. Operating ratio, first of all we will calculate the operating ratio, then funded debt to operating property, then we will calculate the percent earned on operating property, then we will discuss the operating revenue to operating property one by one. Then we need to given comments on the trend and given comments on the trend between earnings per share and cash flow per share. First of all, we will discuss the operating ratio. To these students, first of all, we will calculate the operating ratio. Operating ratio formula is very simple. Is given operating expenses divided by operating revenue operating expenses given in the question. You can see that is 850,600 for year 2004, divided by operating revenue is 10,80500. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करना भूलना नहीं है. 8,50,600 डिवाइडेड बाय 10,80,500 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 78.72%. That is operating ratio for year 2004. Now we will calculate for year 2003. Formula will be the same. Operating expenses divided by operating revenue operating expenses are given. If you can see 820,200 divided by operating revenue, that is 1.0372 million. कैलकुलेट कर लें. 820,200 divided by 1037,200 multiplied by 100, that will be 79.08%. Now we will calculate operating ratio for 2002. Operating expenses divided by operating revenue. Operating expenses is given in the question, that is 780,000 divided by 9,74,000 multiplied by 100, 80.08%. So dear student, you can see basically if you are comparing with basically 2004, 2003 and 2002, you can see in 2004 it has decreased operating ratio. Your expenses has basically increased compared than to 2002. It is not good for the business. Company need to basically concentrate on the expenses to control the expenses. Now we will calculate another ratio, that will be funded debt to operating property. Funded debt to operating property. Formula is very simple. Funded debt divided by operating property funded debts means long term is given in the question से हम देखेंगे, that is for year 2004 1.5 million यानी $15 lakh divided by operating property is given, that is 3.9 million. जल्दी से आप इसको कैलकुलेट कर लें. %38.46. जैसा कि डियर स्टूडेंट्स आप जानते हैं कि ये आपकी आखिरी क्लास है और बहुत कुछ हमने सब कुछ नया सीखा, बहुत कुछ सीखा. उम्मीद है कि आपने एंजॉय भी किया होगा, समझ भी आई होगी और इंशाल्लाह मुझे उम्मीद है कि इस सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर आपकी अच्छी ग्रिप बन जाएगी अगर आप इसकी प्रॉपर प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. तो नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट फंडेड डेट टू ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी फॉर ईयर 2003. तो फंडेड डेट इज गिवन 14,80,000. 14,80,000 divided by operating property is given in the question. You can see in the question operating property $37,50,000 multiply by 100 14,80,000 divided by 37,50,000 multiply by 100 39.467%. Now we will calculate for year 2002 funded debt to total operating property. Funded debt divided by operating property. Funded debt is given 14,70,000 divided by operating property is also given in the question. You can see that is $36 lakh. जल्दी से कैलकुलेट कर लें. आज हमने बहुत सारी ज़रूरी बातें करनी है, बहुत सारे रिवीजन भी आपको बताना है कि कौन कौन सी रेशियोज आज तक हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 40.83%. So dear students, if you can see, trend is basically shows that it has decreased funded debt to the operating property in 2004 compared that to 2002. This is not good sign for the business. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is percent earned on operating property, percent earned on operating property Formula is very simple. Net income divided by operating property net income is given, if you can see in the question, 280,000, then 260,000 for year 2003, then 230,000. $280,000, then 260,000, then 230,000 for year 2002 divided by operating property, वो भी हम ले लेते हैं जी. Operating property for year 2002 is given 3.6 million, and for year 2004 and 3, 3.75 million. Then 3.9 million. डिवाइड कर लें सबको. 280,000 divided by 3.9 million. That is multiplied by 100, 7.18%. Next is 260,000 divided by 3.75 million. Multiplied by 100, that will be 6.93%. Next is 6.39%. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, ये हमारा परसेंट अर्न ऑन ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी है. यू कैन सी बेसिकली परसेंट अर्न ऑन ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी हैज डिक्रीज इन ईयर 2004. दिस इज नॉट गुड फॉर द बिजनेस. कंपनी नीड टू कंट्रोल द एक्सपेंडिचर, देन वी कैन इंक्रीज द ऑपरेटिंग basically earn on operating property. Now we will calculate another ratio that will be the last for this question, operating revenue to operating property. Operating revenue to operating property. Formula will be very simple. Operating revenue divided by operating property. Operating revenue is given in the question. You can see 10,80,500 1 by 1 लिखते जाएं. For year 2004, then for year 2003 is $10,37,200. Then for year 2002, 9,74,000, 9,74,000 divided by operating property 3.9 million, 3.75 million and 3.6 million. सबको डिवाइड कर लें. $10,80,500 डिवाइडेड बाय 39 लाख, 27.71%. Then 1,037,200 divided by 375, 4 times 0, that will be 27.66%. Then 974,000 divided by 365 5 times 0 multiplied by 100, 27.06%. To dear students, you can see trend has changed. In 2004, basically operating revenue to operating profitability has increased 27.71%. Now we will discuss the basically comments. Already we have discussed with the calculation of various ratios. The operating ratio decreased, indicating improved efficiency of the business. Funded debt to operating property decreased, indicating less risk because a lower percentage of funds were supplied by funded debt. Percent earned to operating property increased, indicating improved profitability of the business. Operating revenue to operating property increased, indicating improved profitability, and cash flow per share has increased much more than earnings per share. This would be considered to be positive for the business. So dear students, now we will discuss and we will solve another exercise. Data is given in front of you. Local Airways had the following results in the last 2 years. You can see operating revenues are given for year 2004 and 2003. Operating expenses are also be here for year 2004 and 2003. Operating property and long-term debts already given in this question, and estimated passenger miles are given. You can see this question is related to the transportation business. Now we will calculate the various ratios one by one. First of all, we will discuss the operating ratio, then we will calculate the long-term debt to operating property ratio, then we will calculate the operating revenue to operating property ratio. At the end we will calculate the revenue per passenger mile. First of all, we will calculate the operating ratio. Operating ratio is equal to operating expenses divided by operating revenue. For year 2004, we can take the data from question. Operating expenses are given 625,000 divided by operating revenue 624,000. कैलकुलेट कर लें, सिंपल कैलकुलेशन 6,25,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 624,000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 100.16% operating ratio in 2004. Now we will calculate for year 2003 operating ratio. Formula will be the same, operating expenses divided by operating revenue Operating expenses are also given in the question. 617,000 divided by 618,000 multiplied by 100, 99.84%. You can see trend has changed. Basically, operating ratio has increased in 2004 compared than to year 2003. This is good for the business. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is long-term debt to operating property. Long-term debt to operating property. Now we will calculate the long-term debt to operating property. First of all, we will write the formula long-term debt divided by operating property. Long-term debts are given, that is 280,000 for year 2004 divided by operating property, that is $365,000 for year 2004, डिवाइड कर लें, $76.71%. Now we will calculate long-term debt to operating property for year 2003. Debt to operating property formula will be the same. Long-term debt divided by operating property. क्वेश्चन में डेटा गिवन है, वहां से हम ले लेते हैं. लॉन्ग टर्म डेट फॉर ईयर 2003 इज 270,000 and 360,000 property. 270,000 divided by 360,000. कैलकुलेटर से कैलकुलेट कर लें, multiply by 100, that is 75%. You can see trend has changed. Basically, long-term debt to operating property has increased in year 2004. This is not good because your long-term debt has increased, basically portion of long-term debt in your property. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is operating revenue to operating property. Operating revenue to operating property is equal to operating revenue divided by operating property. Operating revenue for year 2004 is given, that is 624,000 divided by operating property is given 365,000. कैलकुलेट कर लें, 624,000 divided by 365,000, 1.71 times. Now we will calculate operating revenue to operating property for year 2003. Operating revenue is given, $618,000, 2003 divided by operating property 360,000, 1.72 times. There is slight change in case of operating revenue to operating property. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is revenue per passenger mile. Revenue per passenger mile is equal to operating revenue divided by estimated passenger miles So operating revenue is given for year 2004 and 2003. You can see 624,000 for year 2004 and 618,000 for year 2003. Or estimated passenger miles are also given in the question. That is 73,40,000 और 76 लाख 73,40,000 और 76 लाख आप डिवाइड कर लें सिंपल है ये आएगा 8.5 माइल पर पैसेंजर ये आएगा 8.10 तो आपने देखा कि ट्रेंड हैज चेंज्ड revenue per passenger per mile has increased in 2004 this is good for the business now dear students we will calculate another exercise आपने क्वेश्चन में देखा 2004, 2003 और 2002 का डेटा गिवन है ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस हैं ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू भी गिवन है long term debts or operating property are also given passenger load factor is also given this question also related to the transportation business now we will calculate the various ratios like operating ratio long term debt to operating property operating revenue to operating property and comment on trends and we need to calculate the load factors first of all we will calculate the operating ratio operating ratio is equal to operating expense divided by operating revenue for year 2004 operating expenses are given 15,50,000 divided by 18,40,000 कैलकुलेटर के साथ सिंपल कैलकुलेशन आप कर लें 15,50,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 18,40,000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 84.24% that is operating ratio for year 2004 now we will calculate operating ratio for year 2003 operating ratio for year 2003 operating expenses divided by operating revenue operating expenses are given 15,20,000 और 16,70,400 17,400 सिंपल है डिवाइड कर लें आप मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 90 पॉइंट बल्कि आप इसको राउंड करके 91% कर सकते हैं क्योंकि 90.99% है तो दैट विल बी राउंड ऑफ इनटू 91% now we will calculate the operating ratio for 2002 ratio 2002 operating expense divided by operating revenue. Operating expenses are given 14,80,000 और 16,20,700. $16,20,700 डिवाइड कर लें 16,20,700 multiply by 100, that is 91.32%. So dear students, you can see trend has changed. Operating ratio has decreased in year 2004. This is not good for the business. Business wants to basically and need to control the expenses. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is long-term debt to operating property. Long-term debt to operating property. Formula is very easy. Long-term debt divided by operating property. Long-term debts are given, that is 910,000 divided by operating property is also given 995,000. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है, डिवाइड कर लें 910,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 995,000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 91.46%, यानी कि आपकी टोटल ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी में जो डेट्स का शेयर है वो 91.46% है. Now we will calculate long-term debt to operating activity for 2003. Long-term debt to operating activity is equal to long-term debts divided by operating activity operating property. Long-term debts are given, that is 900,500 and operating property is also given 990,000 for year 2003. कैलकुलेट कर लें आप 9,005,000 divided by 990,000 multiplied by 100, 90.96%. Now we will calculate the long-term debt to operating property. Is equal to long-term debt divided by operating property for year 2002. Long-term debts are given in the question, that is 895,000 divided by operating property 985,000. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है, डिवाइड कर दें 985,000 से मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 90.86%. तो ये लॉन्ग टर्म डेट टू ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी की रेशो थी. आप देख सकते हैं कि ट्रेंड हैज चेंज. Basically, long-term debt has increased in 2004. This is not good for the business. Now we will calculate the another ratio, that is operating revenue to operating property, operating revenue to operating property. Simple formula is operating revenue divided by operating property for year 2004, 2003, 2002 given 2004 first of all, then 2003, then 2002 डेटा हम ले लेते हैं जी ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू क्वेश्चन से $18,40,000 फिर जी 2003 का $16,70,400 देन 2002 का $16,20,700 डिवाइड कर देंगे ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी। ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी आपकी गिवन है जी 9,19,000 फॉर ईयर 2004 995,000 है जी। फिर फॉर ईयर 2003 990,000 फिर 985,000 सबको आप डिवाइड कर लें 18,40,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 995,000 1.85 टाइम्स then 1,670,400 divided by 990,000 that will be 1.69 times. Then we will calculate for year 2002 16,20,700 divided by 985,000 that is 1.65 times. तो ये डियर स्टूडेंट्स हमारी सिंपल सी कैलकुलेशन है। नाउ वी विल डिस्कस द रिजल्ट्स। द ऑपरेटिंग रेशियो डिक्रीज्ड इफ यू कैन सी इन द कैलकुलेशन significantly indicating improved profitability of the transportation business and long-term debt to operating property increased slightly indicating a slight increase in risk and operating revenue to operating property increase moderately indicating improved profitability. And what are the basically comments related to C part of the question? The passenger load factor increased materially indicating improved profitability of the transportation business. So dear students, I would like to basically give you overview basically about all types of ratios we have discussed in various previous lectures. This ratio has discussed in lecture 10 if you remember that. आपको ये याद मैं करवा रहा हूँ, रिमाइंड करवा रहा हूँ, रिव्यू करवा रहा हूँ कि हमने किस किस लेक्चर में कौन कौन सी रेशियोज डिस्कस की हैं। इन लेक्चर 10 वी हैव डिस्कस द डे सेल्स इन रिसीवेबल फार्मूला इज गिवन इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। ग्रॉस रिसीवेबल्स डिवाइडेड बाय नेट सेल्स डिवाइडेड बाय 365 days. 365 days shows that the basically days in a year if you remember that. So just I want to give you the overview. Next ratio has discussed in chapter 10 lecture 10 accounts receivable turnover. Formula was net sales divided by average gross receivables if you remember that. Now in lecture 10 we have discussed another ratio that is account receivable turnover in days, and account receivable turnover in days formula is given in front of you. Average gross receivables divided by net sales divided by 365 days. तो जस्ट आपको रिकॉल करवा रहा हूँ कि आप देखें कि आपने कौन कौन सी रेशियोज आज तक पढ़ी. Then dear students, we have discussed in lecture 11 various ratios like days sales in inventory. Formula was ending inventory divided by cost of goods sold divided by 365 days. Already I have told you 365 days related to the days in a year. तो इसमें हमने इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर निकाला था. Now in a lecture 11 we have discussed inventory turnover. Cost of goods sold divided by average inventory was the formula is related to the inventory turnover. So dear students, then we have discussed inventory turnover in days in a lecture 11. Formula was average inventory divided by cost of goods sold divided by 365 days. एंड इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर पर ईयर ऑलरेडी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. 365 डेज यानी कि डेज इन अ ईयर डिवाइडेड बाय इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर इन डेज. तो हमारे पास जो रिजल्ट आएगा इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर पर ईयर का आ जाएगा. वी स्टूडेंट, इफ यू रिमेंबर दैट इन लेक्चर 11 वी हैव डिस्कस दी करंट एसेट्स ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल. बेसिकली ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल का फार्मूला हमारे पास था अकाउंट रिसीवेबल टर्नओवर इन डेज प्लस इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर इन डेज. इसका मतलब ये था कि इन्वेंट्री जब आपके पास आई उसके बाद आपने उस इन्वेंट्री को बेचा. इन्वेंट्री आने और इन्वेंट्री बिकने में जितना टाइम लगेगा दैट इज कॉल्ड ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल. सिंपल फार्मूला है. देन वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन लेक्चर 11 वर्किंग कैपिटल. इफ यू रिमेंबर दैट वर्किंग कैपिटल is related to the basically current assets minus current liabilities is equal to working capital. Already we have discussed in detail about the working capital. Today students, if you remember that in lecture 11 we have discussed the current ratio. Current ratio is basically related to the formula current assets divided by current liabilities. ये liquidity का formula है. हम इससे liquidity ratios calculate करते हैं. It shows that how much you have current assets for the paying of short-term liabilities. That is current ratio. In lecture 11 we have discussed the asset test ratio. Another name of asset test ratio is quick ratio. इसका फार्मूला था cash marketable securities plus net receivables divided by current liabilities. That is called asset test ratio or quick ratio. Then lecture 11 we have discussed the cash ratio. Cash ratio formula is cash and equivalents plus marketable securities divided by current liabilities. ये सारी बातें मैं आपको जस्ट ओवरव्यू दे रहा हूँ, याद करवा रहा हूँ कि हमने क्या क्या रेशियोज पढ़ी हैं टेक्निकली. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, इन लेक्चर 11 we have discussed the sales to working capital. If you remember that formula was simple, sales divided by average working capital. Now I will discuss about the lecture 13. We have discussed the formula times interest earned, that is related to the interest coverage ratio. Formula was very simple. Recurring earnings excluding interest expense, tax expense, equity income and minority earnings divided by interest expense including capitalized interest. ये फार्मूला भी आपको याद होगा, हमने लेक्चर 13 में डिस्कस किया था. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, लेक्चर 13 में वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अनदर फार्मूला एंड रेशियो टाइम इंटरेस्ट अर्न्ड शॉर्ट रन वेरिएशन. फार्मूला वाज रिकरिंग अर्निंग्स प्लस नॉन कैश एक्सपेंसेस excluding interest expense, tax expense, minority income and minority equity in earnings and minority earnings and divided by interest expense including capitalized interest. And we have discussed in lecture 13 another ratio and formula, fixed charge coverage. Formula was recurring earnings including interest expense, tax expense, equity income and minority share of earnings and plus interest portion of renters divided by interest expense including capitalized interest plus interest portion of renters. That was the formula of fixed charge coverage. In lecture 14, dear students, we have discussed the another ratio and formula, that is debt ratio. Debt ratio is equal to total assets divided by another ratio we have discussed in lecture 14, debt ratio, that is related to the total liabilities divided by total assets. And another basically ratio we have discussed in lecture 14, debt to equity ratio. Formula was total liabilities divided by total shareholders equity. Another formula and ratio we have discussed in lecture 14, debt to tangible net worth ratio. Formula was very simple. Total liabilities divided by shareholders equity minus intangible assets. Already we have discussed about the intangible assets, that was goodwill, copyright patent, etc. And another ratio we have discussed in lecture 15, if you remember that, net profit margin. That ratio is related to the profitability ratios. Formula was very simple. Net income before minority share of earnings, equity income and non-recurring items divided by net sales. That was the net profit margin formula. If you remember that, we have discussed in lecture 15, the ratio was total asset turnover. Formula was very simple. Net sales divided by average total assets. And we have discussed in lecture 15, another ratio was return on assets. Formula was net income before minority shares of earnings and non-recurring items divided by average total assets of the business. So dear students, if you remember that, we have discussed in lecture 16 another ratio, net profit margin. That was net income before minority share of earnings, equity income and non-recurring items divided by net sales of the business. And we have discussed the formula in lecture 16, that is total asset turnover, net sales divided by total average total assets. And we have discussed in the same lecture 16, another ratio was return on assets, net income before minority shares of earnings and non-recurring items divided by average total assets of the business. Dear students, we have discussed another ratio in lecture 17, that is DuPont return on assets. Formula was very simple. 3 column basic, we need to create the 3 column for this formula. First column is related to net income before earnings, share of and non-recurring items divided by average total assets is equal to net profit margin divided by net sales multiplied by net sales divided by average total assets. And another formula we have discussed in lecture 17, operating income margin. Formula is very simple, operating income divided by net sales. Another formula we have discussed in lecture 17, that is operating asset turnover. Formula was very simple, net sales divided by average operating assets. To these students, already we have discussed in lecture 17, another formula is return on operating assets. Formula is very simple, operating income divided by average operating assets. If you remember that, we have discussed another ratio in lecture 17, sales to fixed assets. Formula is very simple, net sales divided by average net fixed assets. तो जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि हमारे पास आज टाइम कम है क्योंकि लास्ट क्लास है, दैट्स व्हाई आई वांट टू गिव यू द ओवरव्यू अबाउट द various ratios we have discussed in previous lectures. Another formula we have discussed in lecture 18, that is return on investment. Formula was very simple, net income before minority share of earnings and non-recurring items plus interest expense into 1 minus tax rate divided by average long-term liabilities plus equity. And we have discussed the return on total equity. Formula was very simple, net income before non-recurring items minus dividends on redeemable preferred stocks divided by average total equity of the business. And we have discussed in the lecture 18, another formula is return on common equity. Formula was net income before non-recurring items minus preferred dividends divided by average common equity. This formula is deal only with the common stockholders equity. Next formula is gross profit margin. Gross profit margin is equal to basically gross profit divided by net sales. Then next formula is computation of the degree of financial leverage. Formula is very simple, percentage change in net income divided by percentage in earning before interest and taxes. Another formula we have discussed in lecture 19, basic earning per share. Formula is very simple, net income minus preferred dividends divided by weighted average number of common shares outstanding. Dear students, we have discussed another formula in lecture 20th, price earning ratio. Formula is very simple. Market price per share divided by diluted earnings per share before non-recurring items of the business. And we have discussed the another formula in lecture 20th, percentage of earnings retained, net income before non-recurring items minus all dividends divided by net income before non-recurring items. Another formula we have discussed in lecture 20th, dividend payout, dividend per share divided by dividend earning per share before non-recurring items of the business. Dear students, in lecture 20th, we have discussed another important formula is dividend yield, dividend per common share divided by market price per common share. And in lecture 21st, we have discussed the book value per share. Formula is very simple. Total shareholders equity minus preferred stock equity divided by number of common shares outstanding. Then we have discussed the impact of stock option expenses. Formula was net income before non-recurring items, not including option expenses, minus net income before non-recurring items, including option expenses, divided by net income before non-recurring items, not including option expenses. Another formula we have discussed in lecture 25, operating cash flow divided by current maturities of long-term debts and current notes payable. Formula was very simple. Operating cash flow divided by current maturities of long-term debts and current notes payable. Dear students, another formula we have discussed in lecture 25, operating cash flow to total debt. Formula was very simple. Operating cash flow divided by total debt. Another formula we have discussed in lecture 25, operating cash flow per share. Operating cash flow minus preferred dividends divided by diluted weighted average common shares outstanding. Another formula we have discussed in lecture 25, operating cash flow to cash dividends. Formula is very simple. Operating cash flow divided by cash dividends. So dear students, today we have solved the various practical exercises related to banks, transportation and various industries, and we have discussed the previous lectures all ratios. ठीक है, उम्मीद है कि आपको इस सब्जेक्ट में बहुत मज़ा आया होगा क्योंकि कैलकुलेशन बहुत ज़्यादा है, जो कि मैंने आपको शुरू में बताया था कि हमारा 85% जो पोर्शन है वो न्यूमेरिकल पोर्शन है. जब हम न्यूमेरिकल करेंगे तो आपको मज़ा आएगा, और मैंने कोशिश की कि मैक्सिमम आपके न्यूमेरिकल आपकी बुक से लिए जाएं, और मैक्सिमम हमने आपकी बुक से क्वेश्चन लिए और उसको सॉल्व करना मैंने सिखाया आपको, और बहुत आहिस्ता आहिस्ता मैंने न्यूमेरिकल उसको हल किए. उम्मीद है कि आपको समझ आ चुकी होगी, और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट एनालिसिस के ऊपर पूरी ग्रिप आ चुकी होगी. और मेरी आपसे दरख्वास्त है कि कंसंट्रेट ऑन योर स्टडी और मेरे लिए दुआ गो रहिएगा. थैंक यू वेरी मच. अल्लाह हाफिज़.